The typing is getting easier and easier. And talk about the slot machine effect that I described earlier. You actually get the full effect of a slot machine when you try to set the alarm clock on the Apple iPhone. Here you get the wheels and get to actually turn them, and they give you the appropriate sound effects. When I used the blackjack, I hesitated setting up the alarm clock because it was so much work. The BlackBerry alarm clock was easier to work with, and now the iPhone alarm clock. Just like the Apple iPhone overall, it takes this functionality to the next level. The Apple iPhone phone. After all, it is a phone, and it's supposed to do what phones do. And it's supposed to sound good. The phone features in the Apple iPhone are quite extensive, and the feedback I got recently is that the sound is very clear. Before I even announced that I was talking on my new iPhone, I was asked if I'd gotten a new phone. The iPhone stereo headset, which is identical to the iPod headset, except that it has a small mic embedded in it, makes the phone experience even richer. But the wires can get in the way. Once I ordered the Motorola S9 Bluetooth stereo headset, but it never arrived. It's probably a good time to check on that order and see how the Motorola S9 will do with the iPhone. Email seems to occasionally forget my password. When I get to email and the iPhone tries to connect and retrieve my email, it seems to occasionally forget my password and give me an error message. Then, when I get back to the settings and re-enter my password, it seems to connect and retrieve my email successfully. Not sure what's going on here, but I'll be working more extensively with the iPhone email capabilities for the next few days. So maybe I'll learn more about the settings and how to alleviate this issue. The iPhone knows where it stands. If you flip the iPhone into the horizontal position, and you happen to be browsing the web, viewing maps, or viewing photos, for instance, the screen will automatically and quickly sense the switch and adjust the view from portrait to landscape. This acrobatic capability doesn't stop here. Now that the iPhone is in landscape position, if you turn it upside down, the display will automatically turn upside down as well, so that the picture is again in the correct position. What's unique about the iPhone is the speed with which it senses the change in position, and the almost immediate and smooth transition of the screen into the new position. If you've read my comments about the T-Mobile MDA when I was using it in the 81-day experiment, you remember that one of my complaints about the T-Mobile MDA was the time it took for the display to switch to landscape after you open the keyboard. These few seconds, and occasionally more than just a few seconds, seem like an eternity when you're in a hurry and ready to type something. With the iPhone, this won't be an issue. Viewing photos on the Apple iPhone. Double tapping zooms in, and double tapping again zooms out. However, there's more to this. If you touch the screen with 2 fingers and then drag them away from each other, this will also zoom in. And you can continue to zoom in by repeating this. If you touch the screen with 2 fingers and drag them closer to each other, this will zoom out, and you continue to zoom out. If you tap on the screen, the control buttons will show up, allowing you to move forward, backward, play a slideshow, delete a picture, forward a picture, assign it to a contact, or use it as wallpaper. Tapping on the screen again will let you go to the control buttons, so you can see the picture undisturbed and uncluttered just the way it was meant to be. Back to the future. These times, the release of the Apple iPhone, remind me of my first encounter with the Apple Lisa back in the 1980s. At that time, we were using the DOS operating system, and suddenly the computer lab at the University of Michigan acquired those funny-looking machines with mice attached to them and a whole new user interface that went on to revolutionize the way we work with computers and even shape the next 20-plus years of personal computing. Will the iPhone revolutionize the way we work with smartphones and with computers? Will the next generation of computers have an iPhone-like touchpad where we can use our fingers to flip pages, scroll through pages, zoom in, zoom out, and produce the slot machine effect?